your time to renew, rebuild, and restore.
Hey, it's your boy Eli.
It's your girl, Shea. Let's go. Good evening. Welcome to the Rebirth. I'm your host, Shea Marriott.
And I'm your boy Eli. Isabel, aka the South, got something to say. Happy Monday, Shay.
Happy Monday, E.
What's up, friend?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Listen, are you tired?
I am tired, man. Fresh off of the Delaware Oscars party, man. Shay.
It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
It was amazing. If you guys did not come, if you missed it, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you. It was a wonderful night. We had a
awesome
great
event.
time.
I tell you, it was for me. It was just seeing all of us out there, all these black people out there, dressed to the nines, looking good,
Yeah.
and celebrating other people who look like us.
Yeah.
That was it for me.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
And I love the fact that Portia, she highlights the talent here in Delaware. That
shout out to Portia PR
Yeah.
agency,
Yeah.
Portia Hargrove, man, magnificent PR person, man, who put this whole thing together, her and her team. Shout out to you, and thank you for having Rebirth in the building.
Yes, we had an amazing time in the party lounge.
Yes.
You was flying.
You know, I did
you
what I
had
could
something
do.
going on.
Clean as Pearl Rocks, Ain't nothing cleaner than bleach.
You know what? I don't know where you get these sayings.
That's real.
But again, it was a great time. Gudelaware Oscars 2024 at Goldie Beacon College. A wonderful time. So if you missed it this year, hopefully you guys could tune in next year.
I love your foresight.
Yes, absolutely.
And how you do these things.
Yes.
Yes, man. Listen, if you did miss out, it is an awesome event celebrating us, man. People who look like you and I, come out next year if you're able to support any donations. I know Portia take donations. These things aren't free. So any way you want to support people who look like you doing great things, let's do it, man.
Yes. How was your weekend?
I'm exhausted from last night, of course.
Okay.
I spent Saturday getting ready for the day before and making sure, I was going to be on time and give y'all this full Eli-ness.
I know that's
I didn't want to cheat nobody of that.
Well, listen, I am fresh back from my trip to Puerto Rico. Yay! What was that?
I don't know. They just came out. Don't Puerto Ricans do that?
Oh my God. You know what?
They don't. Puerto Ricans
anyway,
don't. All right.
We ain't going there.
Shout out to my Latino brothers.
Anyway, we had a wonderful time in Puerto Rico. Really had a great time. I needed that. It was some downtime, so I got a chance to enjoy the sun, relax on the beach.
You look a little dark. You got a little tan.
You know what?
I can see the difference.
For
sure.
Anyway,
go on and do your thing.
Once again, welcome to the Rebirth Podcast. If you are not following us yet, then you need to be. Okay, so make sure you follow us on all social media outlets at Rebirth You Podcast. And if you are looking to listen to past episodes of the Rebirth, just a reminder, we are on all podcast platforms. So wherever you get your podcasts, that's where you can find Rebirth Podcast.
And if you want to advertise here for a small fee or not, depending on what you got going on, hit us up, man. We would love to talk about your business and put you out there.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, absolutely. Give them the email. I give them the email address because you mess it up every time. So it's info@rebirthlive@gmail.com. If you are interested, it's info@rebirthlive@gmail.com.
I would have definitely messed it up.
I know you did. You always mess it up. So before we get into our show tonight, Self got something to say?
Of course.
Yeah, we missed you last week.
Yeah, it was all good. We had great things going on. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. So listen, y'all. Shay, tonight I want to get into I wrote something we don't necessarily talk about as a people, but it's just some things I wanted to highlight. According to a report from CNBC in 2022, Black spending power was up to $1.6 trillion. Not billion.
You said trillion.
1.6. That is more than most third world countries. Like what they, you know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. Think about that. That's how we have the spending power. We spent $1.6 trillion in 2022.
I'm sitting here. You know what I'm thinking about?
What?
I'm sitting here wondering how much I spent at Amazon.
I bet you are. I bet you are. And, and they got a good portion at 1.6 trillion. I can guarantee you that. And but here's the crazy part: our net worth as a group declined 14%.
Wow.
So
I mean, it makes sense.
we get it,
And we're
and we
spending
pass it along.
Yeah.
And we're getting it, and we're passing it along to the majority of the businesses that don't look like us.
Yeah.
I recently watched a documentary. It was called Black Beach, White Beach, and it's about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then there's Atlantic Beach. Atlantic Beach was where all the black people went back in the day because they didn't allow them to come to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
So then when the Atlantic Beach started the Black Bike Weekend, and they saw all of the money that was coming into the city because people had to go to hotels everywhere.
Yeah.
So then they made it a citywide thing. So they
Okay.
didn't have to just keep it right there in Atlantic Beach. So my point is, I think even from back then, the minute we get the opportunity to spend with others, we do it. Like we don't continue to support our own. Can you imagine what $1.6 trillion could do just for black owned businesses and property ownership and our net worth declined? I say all that to say that we as a people, and me too, and I think I've come a long way. And I'm gonna give you an example of how I've come a long way. We have to really put our priorities in order. I remember talking to this dude, David Oruku. I used to work with him. I was probably like in my late 20s. And I had just gotten maybe mid-20s. I had just gotten a brand new car. It was 1998. First time I ever had a car in the year that I lived in. So I had this car for like 2 years. Nothing was wrong with it. And me being young and silly, I was talking to him about, he's probably in his mid-40s at the time. And I'm talking to him about buying a new car. And he said, "What's wrong with that car?" I was like, "Nothing." "How many miles you got on?" I was like, "Less than 50. He's like, "Well, why do you want to get a new car?"
Right.
It's not practical.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. So I gave him my dumb reason. I was like, I just want to upgrade a little bit for the, the girl. He said, "So you want to upgrade, get a higher car note and start over because that car is not paid off, right?" I was like, "Absolutely not. You want to start over to impress other people." And I felt so dumb. Even though I'm young, I'm 26, 27, but I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like it really resonated with me. Like he made a lot of sense. He was like, it doesn't make sense. He was like, "What's your savings like? You live in an apartment or a house? Like, why do you want to buy another car when there's nothing wrong with that car?" And at the time, this is 98. He was driving like a 93 miles of 626. He was like, "I could easily get a new car, but I don't need a new car."
Right.
And so I started to say, I think I'm just not going to say black people, but I think we spend a lot of time trying to impress other people who don't have money. For whatever reason, we do that. We live beyond our means. We go and buy cars we can't afford. We buy a house that we can't afford. All just for other people to be like, "Oh, snap. They really got it." Even though you work in 3 jobs to barely keep it. Not
right,
keep it.
right.
Listen, with our spending power, 1.6 trillion, who knows what it was for 23 and what it's going to be for 24.
Yeah.
But the spending power that we have as a community, man, we should own so many more things.
So I think I'm glad you brought this up because I think too, I don't think that we were brought up with financial literacy.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think financial literacy was taught in our communities the way it has been taught in other communities, right?
Agreed.
So that's where, in my personal opinion, I feel that that's where it comes from. Remember we had Real Urban on the show and they were talking about financial literacy and that's what they do. So shout out to Real Urban.
Right.
I mean, the information that they shared was a lot of it I knew, but some of the stuff they said, I was just like, it was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Right. But I do feel that it's because we lacked financial literacy, especially our generation and generations before. I think maybe some of the generations that's coming, they might have a little bit more, but maybe not. I don't know.
I think that this generation Z, I think they have their fingers on the pulse of how to make money.
Yeah.
But they also will show you how to spend it and splurge.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain counting on Generation Z as a whole. Because we see them on social media. These kids is out here getting it. And I'm just like,
They are.
And they showing you they got it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing with us. I think we have to show people that we have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's because we're not used to having it. You're either going to do two things when you grow up poor. You could be like me. I'm so scared I'm going to lose a little bit I got.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to let nothing go. Or
Right.
you're going to get it and then you want to show everybody you got it.
Yeah.
And due to lack of financial literacy, that's what happens with us. I think that was a great point. Thank you for saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Due to a lack of financial literacy, no one taught me about money.
Mm-hmm.
Schools don't teach it to you. You might get a little something in college if you're paying attention. You're not in class
Right.
drunk from the night before.
Right.
Real talk.
Yeah.
But my parents, no one taught me about saving money.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think it's put me behind the 8 ball in my life as far as
Mm-hmm.
starting later than maybe kids who had parents who had retired and had savings. Say,
Yeah.
hey, start doing this now. But I do try to give that to my adult child.
Yeah.
Listen, this is important. It's okay at 24 to have a 401k.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about retiring. You're not thinking about any of that stuff. It's okay to have an IRA. Throw some money in several places. But when you're young and you got your whole life ahead of you, you don't see it that way. You're not worried about being 50 or 60. That shit come real quick.
Right. I mean, so there's a couple things I want to say on this before we move on because I think it's important. So with our kids,
mm-hmm.
and this is some ideals, guys, that you can actually utilize, right? So, instead of giving our kids all of these extravagant things that they're, they'll use for a little bit and then put away
mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be, why not start them off with an LLC? Why not open up an LLC for your child? Get them started in regards to their business.
Mm-hmm.
They may not know what they want to do yet, but being able to create an LLC for them, I mean, that's important.
Give them options.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Years ago, I had a client that came into my office, right? And he said this to me. He said that the best advice was given to him by this millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him that the reason why he became a millionaire was he never stopped living off of a $30,000 salary.
Wow.
So he was making $30,000 a year, but every time he would get a promotion or a raise, he would always stay at 30,000. He wouldn't go to 50. He wouldn't go to 60.
Wow.
And that's how he became rich. So, the extra money that he would get, he would take that and he would invest
it away. Yeah.
Right. And he would stay. He said, I can live off a $30,000 salary. Why would I change that? He
was single, wasn't he? Because they know.
I think he was. Well, you know what? Actually, he was going through a divorce at that time.
Oh, okay.
But think about it, right?
It makes sense if you can do it.
But we've done it before.
You've done it.
We've done it before.
It's getting that extra.
We've
problem.
done it before. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something important to really think about when we're talking, especially when we're aging.
Yeah.
Right. And we talked about aging last week, right? But when we're aging, it's important that we think about some of our choices.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, man. Priorities, my people. If you're not sure about what to do with your money, find somebody, and you can find. And I tell you what, people. I think what we do mostly, we don't trust if like urban, real urban.
Mm-hmm.
They could give us the same information some white man could give us, the exact same information.
Oh, that's a whole nother
we
show.
will not believe.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with him every time.
Yeah.
It can be the exact same info.
Yeah.
So we have to also learn to trust our people and ourselves.
Yeah.
In our decision making. So that's what the South got something to say tonight.
All right.
That's what Shea has something to say too. So we gonna.
I know that's right.
All right.
Throw my 2 cents in. Thank you for that.
Yes,
that was good
information.
We have a great show for you guys. I'm very excited to introduce our next guest. She is the owner, creator, curator of Blondie Mansion. Wow, Sarah, she wears so many different hats, but tonight she is going to be talking to you about the Her Legacy Awards that are coming up March 17th.
Yes.
And
one of our favorites is being honored.
Yay.
Yes.
So I'm very excited, guys. Welcome to the Rebirth, Miss Sara Crawford.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
Good. How you guys?
Good.
We're good. What's up, Blondie?
You got new set.
Eli going to start up already.
We'll behave.
I'm gonna be all right, Sarah. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm all right. I come in peace tonight.
It's okay. Either way, I'm here for it.
So Sarah, talk to everybody about Blondie Mansion, all the things that you have going on there, and then we'll move into the Her Legacy Awards that's coming up on March 17th.
Okay, so I am now in full-time entrepreneurship. So my parent company is Sara Crawford LLC, and one of my initiatives is Blondie Mansion. So Blondie Mansion really cultivates a community for entrepreneurs and for creatives, and that's the space where I'm able to create innovative experiences that fuse music, art, creativity, so that I can create and we can create social impact, and really be able to shine a light on our local artists and our local creatives, and small business owners, especially those of color as well. The other thing that Blondie Mansion is able to do is create an ecosystem. So when you come to any kind of Blondie Mansion event, it's supported and by small business owners and the creatives. So it's not only just for me to win, it's for them to win as well. So
Nice.
it's a really, it's been fun. It started off as really fun and it's still fun, but I was just like, how do I turn this into a business? It's a real business. But I get to work with my friends. I get to support, I mean, prior to this, I was the director of the Women's Business Center, and that is what I did. I worked in the community with underserved individuals, people of color, women, and minorities. And I still kind of wanted to continue that work, but I wanted to do it in a different way and more on a creative scale. So that's what I've been able to
Yeah.
do with Blondie Mansion.
So Sarah, how have you been able to, or what's been the inspiration behind you supporting people in your community and driving these businesses? Like, where did you get this drive from and this will to help?
It's so funny because in hindsight, I remember when the previous director that brought me into the Women's Business Center, she really wanted me to be involved, and I'm kind of like, I just need a job. Like nobody is trying to do all this stuff. I just want a job. And what I didn't realize was that was kind of my blessing. She brought me in, and it opened my eyes to so much more things that I already knew and things that I
Mhm.
was already doing, but it just opened my eyes and it really made me see my purpose. In hindsight, I really look at it, and I always tell this story that it kind of was inevitable that I became an entrepreneur, because I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. But when I really dig deep and I think about it, all of my family members who are entrepreneurs have always been community servants, like servants of the community,
Mm.
supporting Black business, supporting each other. So it's kind of like I'm bred in it. So nothing else makes sense. But more so as I was in the role of the director and really being in the community, it's needed. Entrepreneurs and creators, especially, they're very much overlooked, and they're the ones who
Mhm.
really keep the community going. There's always a new business opening. There's always a new creative, trying to get out there and show their talent, and they don't have that level of support. And so I always want to be able to be some sort of resource, and help and aid in making sure that that landscape has the stability that it needs, not only just financially, but visibility wise as well.
Wow. Yeah. And I mean, thank you for that because, it's not easy being an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think too, the important piece is that if you have the desire to do it,
Hmm.
and sometimes people don't always know what the first step is to
Hmm.
entrepreneurship, right? So I,
Absolutely.
I hear a lot of people say they want to go in business for themselves, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know what to do first. Could you offer some advice in regards to that? If someone wanted to start their own business, what would be maybe some of the first steps they would need to take?
I definitely think starting a business is not it's not for the faint of heart. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely not easy, but to your point, it is very rewarding. But I do think having a clear vision helps. Kind of really thinking about what it is you want to do, so you're not all over the place, and you can kind of drill down into the things that you need to do. There's so many resources that we have here in Delaware. There's like Startup 302, there's the Women's Business Center, there's SBDC, there's SCORE, there's the Launcher Program. There's all these resources
Wow.
where if you are interested in wanting to start a business or wanting to kind of see what it's about, like the steps you need to take to get a business plan going, those are the places you want to visit because they're gonna kind of give you a scope into what it looks like even before
Right.
you jump right into it. And I say that because the mindset of a business owner is very different, and you kind of want to have
Mm-hmm.
a pulse on what you're doing before you do it, right? So I would say kind of utilize our resources here locally and have a vision, take your vision and see if that is something you actually want to do. I tell people all the time, if you're not passionate about it, I would take a step back and I would really think about it because to be a business owner, you have to have some passion behind what you're doing.
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
So, was it difficult for you to strike out on your own to take that first step and not because you were working for someone and then you got a check coming every 2 weeks like clockwork. Now you're kind of jumping out there. How hard was that uncertainty, or were you completely confident in what you were going to be doing?
So all of the things. Number one, I was very disobedient. I probably should have left my job much sooner than I did. And it was fear that kept me there. But I also, had conversations with like my mom and, people in my tribe and just having conversations around like, there's like, you can do this. You've been doing it. Like, what is the problem? But to your point, when you become very comfortable, complacent in what you know, that's a hard space to want to move out of to a level of uncertainty.
Mhm.
So what I did was, in actuality, I was working a full-time job. And even though I had always had a business on the side, I had like 3 or 4 clients that I was working a full-time business. And that's when I knew that I
Mm.
had lost my entire mind and I should have left a long time ago and I needed to leave. And the pressure of trying to maintain
Mhm.
is what made me leave because that was too much of I was literally going crazy. It was too much to balance. And at that point
Mhm.
I had proven to myself that you can do this and you're doing it having a full-time job. So you need
Mm.
to leave and just go do what it is you're supposed to be doing and what you want to do.
Right. Right. Wow. I mean, yeah. I guess that moment that your final day, it was done, it was over. Like, what was that feeling? Like,
I actually had been with the WBC for 8 years. So
okay.
it wasn't I felt very we had an event right before I left the Pink Experience and I got choked up on stage. I had to get my life together because I don't be doing all that crying stuff. But but I did feel I really felt like I had done what I was supposed to do. It felt very finished. I
Okay.
do believe that the things that we do should have purpose. And when you feel fulfilled in them and you can say, job well done. And I have to pat myself on the back,
Mhm.
job well done. So there was no regrets, but there was some, there was still that little bit of sadness and that little bit of like, oh my God, I'm leaving my little comfy
Right.
blanket and I'm about to look out in this water and I better swim because I ain't trying to drown. So,
Yeah.
um, it was a good feeling. I felt it was rewarding. My CEO, Van Hampton, I talk about him all the time. He was very supportive in everything through the years I was there and now leaving. And knowing that you have people around you who still support you and you can reach out to them makes it very much more comforting. Because I
Yeah.
didn't want to, because entrepreneurship can feel very lonely at times.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so having that level of support is really great, really great.
So fast forward to now, like how rewarding is it to see your thoughts and the ideas that you put down on paper like come to fruition? What's that feel like?
I am one person who never like bigs up their self. Like I never say, "Oh, I did that." But lately, I've been like, "Girl, you did that." Did
You
it.
better, you better.
Like I've never been one to
That's
do that.
right.
I've never been one to do that, and I think society has it in your head. Like if you talk too good about yourself, then you stuck up, and you can see it's not even about that. I think it's
Mm-mm.
okay
Nope.
to salute yourself and say, hey, I did a really great job. Like, it's amazing. And sometimes it's a little unbelievable. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I really did that. How did I do that? And you know, it's different when you're thinking about it, you got it on paper, and then you start
Right.
executing and it happens. It's literally to fruition. And I mean, it's a really undescribable, exciting type of feeling.
I've been to a couple of your events, Sarah, and I mean, mind blowing. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
was
Thank
I was
you.
done when I walked in and seen the girl spinning upside down, pouring
Pouring
champagne.
champagne.
Like I wanted to keep taking my glass over so I could see her do it. Like
Do I need to come with ones on the second team? What's going on at the Blondie Mansion? What's going on at the Blondie Mansion?
she puts on amazing events. She really does. I mean,
Okay.
you mind blowing. So I'm really excited to, and then we're going to get to her legacy in a minute. But I love going. I missed one recently that you had, which was the glow in the dark one,
Yes,
I
luminescent.
believe.
Luminescence,
Yes.
the glow in the dark art exhibition experience. So I really, when I am, my mind is sometimes it's a little futuristic, but it's more about the experience for me. And I know a lot
Hmm.
of people are using that word, they throw it around, but when people come into a space that I have curated, they come into my vision. I want them to feel like this is something they have not experienced before and leave very fulfilled, whether they're paying, whether it's free, whatever the case is. And they're very immersive. So that's the kind of theme that I try to and I have carried out. So luminescence was amazing. I had never done a glow in the dark event, but me and
Oh
this
my
these
gosh.
ideas, everything glowed. The plates, the cups, the floor,
Oh wow.
every,
Wow.
everything, the balloons,
Oh,
everything. That exhibition actually ends April 26th. So we'll still have some other openings and chances for people to come and experience it. But the opening was amazing. It was packed in the room. We had great drinks by the bar chief. We had great food from Urban Cafe. We had great music by Barboni Entertainment. The balloons were by the
nice.
Pop Factor. Everybody was a black owned
Wow.
business
Right.
in the community, you know? So again, and
That's
most
awesome.
importantly, our artist, Velvet Poindexter, she was the artist, the featured artist, and all of her art glows and it's made out of sand.
Wow. Oh
So
wow. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
it's
dope.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm definitely going to catch it before it ends because I was so upset that I didn't get the chance to go. I had obviously another event I had to attend before I found out about yours, but I will definitely make sure I am there
Absolutely.
because I want to see
And
it.
Sarah, I just want to say that as you continue to blow up, I know I saw you on like 10th and Orange a little while ago, and I said, "Hey, Sarah," and you said, "Excuse me, do I know you?" I was like, "Oh,
He's
that's what we
lying.
doing, Sarah Crawford?"
He's lying because I don't
So
respond like
the
that.
thing about blowing up is true. They get a little new. I was
You
like,
know,
"Oh, okay."
Shay, don't believe Eli because you know he just tells stories. Just
No,
tells
I'm
stories.
joking. I'm joking. She always show me love when I see her in the street.
Of course, of course. If you guys have questions for Sarah, make sure you drop them in the chat right now. Um, Sarah, so what do we have? What do you have coming up? What's some other things we can expect from Blondie Mansion?
So actually, Blondie Mansion is going to be doing some partnerships this year. I can't
Okay,
speak on all of them quite yet, but they're going to be many immersive experiences similar to the 2 day experience. And there some of them are going to be with some local organizations. So I'm really excited about that. Um, and then we're working on the 2 day event. So those dates are September 27th and 28th. That sounds really
nice.
far away, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not. So those are like the things that we're working on right now. But I have a lot of different collaborations with Blondie Mansion coming up. So I'm excited to just start promoting them once they get a little closer.
Oh well, we are definitely excited for you, and
Yes.
make sure
Thank,
you let us know how we can support in any way.
thank you.
Um, you have our number. So March 17th.
She couldn't wait, y'all. She couldn't wait.
So that running in place. Oh no, this is right here. Like short and low. Oh, she gonna bake it now. Go ahead.
March 17th is the Her Legacies. Can you please talk about Her Legacy? And thank you so much for building this platform. And I'm excited. I'm honored. So yeah, talk more about Her Legacy.
So Her Legacy is a 7-year building for 7 years. This is the seventh year, and I am so excited because this year it's formerly known as Her Story, Our History. It is now Her Legacy because it's now under my personal brand. So it is going to be similar to Her Story, Our History, but very different. It's going to have some of that Blondie
Mhm.
Mansion feeling on it. We definitely changed. It's going to be on a It's on a Sunday, um,
Yes.
March 17th. It's going to be a day party, like a brunch day party, which is very different. We usually do like a dinner. So lots of things, lots of locals that are involved, but live band, live entertainment. We're definitely going to be having some great food because brunch is the best time. Open mimosa bar, brunch is good.
Always.
Yes, the open mimosa bar. The beautiful honorees is 10 of you guys, and I just want to say that this year I was telling you guys that filming is that I
Yeah.
never received so many nominations, and I feel like each nominee must have got at least 5 or 8 nominations. I'm like,
Wow.
they're flooding the box. Like, what is it going to stop? So I just want, I say that because people think I handpicked everyone, and I did not.
Right.
Um, you know,
Hmm.
individuals were nominated, and then the panel looks and judges, and that's how the decision is made. But I'm just really excited. It's going to be a different vibe. And if anybody's ever been to, like Shay was saying, to a Blondie Mansion event, we can definitely be prim and proper, as I like to say, and have a nice
Hmm.
ceremony and do all this honoring. But it's a celebration of women, where we tell our truths. We stand in our truths. We're celebrating triumphs and trials. I believe in
Yeah.
that because it's a part of your story. We're talking about what we have done in our businesses and in our communities, and what our legacy is going to be. What we're working towards leaving behind to whom, or to the community, to a child, whomever. So this platform has become very much my child.
Yeah.
Very much my child.
Yes.
Very much my
It's
child.
it's a great platform, and I want to share this with you. So I've gone a few times, but this one particular year, Levante Dorsey was being honored, and I came out
Mm.
to support her. And I remember sitting there. Well, I'm a sensitive person anyway. I cry at the drop of a dime, but I was just so excited for her. But I remember sitting there, and I was just very happy for her and a few other women that were being honored. Some of them I did know, some of them I didn't. And I was sitting there and I said to myself, one day that's gonna be me. One day. And look at God.
Look at him.
Look at God. What is for you? I'm telling you.
Yes,
So
yes,
again, thank you so much.
absolutely.
I'm excited, man. I got a tribe. I got a tribe coming
Listen, can
fast.
I tell y'all how Shay got half the room, y'all? Like, for real. Like, no
Man.
exaggeration. I was like, if I see her name one more time,
Oh Lord. Is Violent gonna be in the building?
No, listen. Yeah.
Let me
she
know about that.
she is definitely celebrating to the fullest and partying, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Yes,
That's what's
I'm not
up.
mad.
yes, yes. So thank you again so much. And the
Absolutely.
tickets are sold out, right?
Yeah, they're sold out. I was trying to figure out how I could squeeze more, but that's grim. I can't. I just can't. And this event sold. I mean, people were buying tickets before I announced the tickets were on sale, and
Yeah,
Oh
it is
wow.
so it sold out really early this year. So
yeah.
things are changing, but it shows me that the platform is still needed. It's still important.
Mhm.
People still recognize it. And I need to get a bigger space next year. I need to get a bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few people reach out to me, and they were like, "Oh, I'm trying to get my ticket. Da, 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 da. I said, I'm sorry, it's sold out. I sent you the information ahead of time. Oh, I thought we had more time. Nope. This is what happens. So I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
If
But
any
are
space
you
becomes
thinking about
available,
streaming it? Oh, I'm
I
sorry. Go
am.
ahead.
No, I was going to say if any space becomes available, I will make an announcement online. We are talking
Okay.
about streaming it, but we haven't nailed down a yay or a nay. But I will, and I am
Okay.
like trying to figure that out because a lot of people have asked me that. So we're going to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if not, they just have to watch all the pictures and videos I'm going to post
Well,
online on
well,
social
I
media.
will say this: we have a black carpet. So
Okay.
Jarrell G Jones, he hosted our pink carpet last year. He's hosting the black
Okay.
carpet this year, and that will be streamed live through Facebook.
Oh,
So
nice.
even if they can't see the entire event, they will at least be able
Right.
to engage with some of the honorees and guests on the black carpet with G Dash.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
funny. I
He's
like G
hilarious,
Dash.
no
Yeah.
doubt. Good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Oh man. Well, I'm excited. I mean, did you have any more questions?
And no, I was just gonna say, just thank you for celebrating Black women. We know you guys, you ladies, are
Thank you.
the backbone of our community. I mean, people can say what they want, but you remove Black women, and we have chaos. So thank you for continuing to push forward and celebrate. The sisters. I appreciate you for that.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
definitely appreciate you. And happy Women's History Month, Sarah.
Yes, happy Women's History Month. I should have started with
And
that.
Sarah never got back to me on promoting my business. I'm gonna let it go though.
What was your business,
My
Eli?
coon dog.
Okay,
My
you know
coon
what?
dog business.
It literally it was a
Breezy
one
coon
liner,
dog.
and then he said nothing else. You are such a storyteller. Your nickname should be Slick Rick because you just be telling
Look,
stories.
Slick Rick.
The storyteller. You just be saying
uh,
stuff, Eli.
excuse me. That's a real thing, and you don't want to help me. Just say it. Maybe I'll have my daughter talk to you about it since she only helped hers.
That
Maybe
is
you can
not
help her
true. That is
help
not
me.
true. Don't do that. Don't do.
You know he has to give you a hard time
I
every time you
know.
come
That's my
on.
secret. You
So
started. It's okay.
yes.
That's how I show my love.
Sarah, we appreciate you taking time to drop in. Thank you for everything that you're doing. And again, please let us know how we can continue to support your vision. And I can't wait to see you on March 17th.
Can't wait to see you either. Thank you guys so much for having me and always supporting me. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. You're
Thank
more than
you. Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Listen, man,
You got a speech?
I'm going to have one. By the time March 17th comes, I will have my speech.
So you got about what, 14 days? You got 2 weeks.
Woo! Pressure. Yeah.
Come through.
No, the pressure is going to be me being able to hold it together
Mm.
and not cry.
You think when we have a
Yeah.
couple of shots before you go up there that ease you into it? Say it. Don't underestimate the power of a little liquor. It bring you on through.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I think for me, the emotional piece is my sons are going to be there, and they're so excited. So having them present and me getting this award, and they know my journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's the part that for me is going to be like, oh, keep it together, keep it together.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
this is definitely well earned. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So I can't wait to see you up there and getting your just due.
Thank you.
That's what it's about, man. So
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you, and thanks for rocking with a brother. You know what I mean?
Thank you for rocking with me.
Yeah, for
That's what I'm
sure.
talking about. So listen, guys. I mean, again, like we were telling you last week, we have a lot of things coming. Again, we have Rebirth Live that's going to be coming up in the summertime, and we also have a Rebirth meetup. Hey,
Yes.
maybe we might need to connect with Sarah. Have the Rebirth meetup at the gallery.
Get
Where
the
she?
girl to swing from the ceiling.
There you go.
Ain't nobody ever poured me a drink upside down.
It was fire. I'm telling you. You were supposed to come that night. I forgot what you had to do, but you were supposed to come.
Yeah, I don't.
So, yeah. But listen, guys, put in the chat what topics would you like Eli and I to cover moving forward. We want you guys to be able to chime in and
Right.
be a part of, what we're doing. So,
And guess what? It may be something that you've seen elsewhere, but guess what?
mhm,
This is our perspective, and
mhm,
that's what's going to be the thing. That's going to be the tipping point. You're going to get
mhm,
Shay's perspective and mine, and we're going to bring a whole new, fresh light to that topic. So
mhm.
give it to us, old or new. We don't care. We ain't scared of you people out there. Come through, Jesus.
You see how he just went from aggressive to now holy. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
But how is church going?
it's going. I'm
Good.
damn near a member.
You've been there
I
every.
just want to walk up there, but I'm almost. When they let me, when they open the doors of the church, when they open the doors of the church, I don't go up there.
to be a member, bro.
I don't know. I'm gonna be something in there. They
Okay.
got me behind the scenes job. I might just
You gonna be
take
an
the
usher?
part cycle. No, I don't want to
Let me walk up in there and you ushering somebody.
I ain't seen nobody. I
I
might have to
want-
stand up too long. Then get the acting up. Then there we go. So we definitely not ushering. I'm gonna be behind the scenes. I might be out there making the coffee in the lounge.
Okay.
Or parking
Okay.
cars. I don't know. I'm gonna give the Lord something. I'm
So
working
proud
on
of
it.
you.
I'm working on
I'm
it.
proud of you, y'all. This is progress. Okay, he came a long way. I'm just
I'm
saying.
8 Sundays in, sis. Don't play with me. I'm 8 Sundays in. Don't play with me.
Look at God. Okay, don't you question that there's not a God.
Well, you going listen. There's a line. Then you got to just step over it and then you stomp it as you go by. Calm down. Like
I'm proud of you, man.
I go to church more than you now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You do. I do go to church. Don't get it twisted. I do go to
I ain't
church.
heard you say nothing about church all year.
That's because I gotta tell you I go. I go to church.
Okay.
I'm gonna come visit your church.
Bedside Baptist. Come
I'ma
on through it. We're an hour from beginning to end.
Okay.
That's what they got me at the 60-minute mark.
Okay.
I'm like, that's over.
Everything you need is within that hour. Yeah.
I ain't cheating the Lord because wait, listen,
See, here you go. Here you go. Go ahead. You might as well wrap the show up with whatever you have to say, because I know it's gonna be crazy. But go ahead.
Listen, if white people can serve God in 60 minutes, so they go to heaven too. It don't take 180 minutes to serve the Lord. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you go to church all day, I ain't mad at you because I was once that person.
And you heard it from the South. Got something to say.
Representing Rebirth.
Absolutely. Thank you guys as always for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. Make sure that you follow us on all social media outlets at Rebirth Podcast. And if you would like to listen to other episodes of Rebirth, past episodes, you can go to any podcast platform and find us there. Rebirth Podcast.
Yes.
Okay?
All
we
right.
good?
Yes. God bless you.
All right. Thank you guys. Until next week, have a blessed week.